Hey folks, welcome back to Shadow Empire. I'm BattleMode. You can call me Ben though, because that's my name. And yeah, I think we're going to have a look at what's happening in the last, what happened in the last part of this over the turn. This is round number 88 in the history. We looks like we had some. Oh, those guys attacked that miner regime. Okay, so we got attacked here by a bunch of tanks. 50 tanks. We had 40 Abrams 3s and 10 of the older model, and we actually killed 20 of them. We stood firm. We did lose 100 ARPGs, some bikes, and some zero guns, but that wasn't bad going. Who did the killing? Okay, let's see what happened here. Okay. Let's have a look at the defender. Okay, that's interesting. So actually our line troops managed to get some of the kills here. We got 3 hits in total by the line troops on the Abrams 3s and then 1 on the Abrams 2. 1 retreat hit, 2 killing hits. So by the way, the way the combat works in this is once you basically pick the attack type that is valid for the enemy that you're fighting. So in the case of a tank, right? It's going to be the tank's soft attack against defending troops, against their hit points. And then there's a dice roll made. And so if you've got higher hit points than the attack, generally speaking, you're going to defend better, okay? But then there's a whole lot of other modifiers that come in here too. Now, if you manage to get a hit, then it rolls to see what type of hit, right? So you either get a pinning hit, a retreat, or a kill. Kills are pretty self-explanatory. Retreat makes the enemy retreat, and a pinning hit pins them. I forget exactly what that one does now, but it's the lesser of the 3. And you get varying experience gains for each one. I think you get 10 experience points for a pin. I think it's 20 for a retreat and 30 for a kill. I might be wrong there. Check the manual, because I might be giving false information. But it's curious to see that we got the ARPGs actually the ones, they got 2 pinning hits, look. But we actually got kills with our line troops. Our troops were lying in wait in those sand dunes, I think. And yeah, we managed to ambush them. And that's basically what happened there. Okay, these demons are moving down. And there's a lot of them. And we actually lost some line troops there against those nomad infantry. Or those biped cavalry. Let's have a look at the vidcom for the turn. We've researched side skirts. That will instantly be added to any new models now. We've discovered a new order of battle, motorized machine gun infantry army. That's a useful one, I think. And we've got some good cards. Medal and merit's useful. So is defense. Pillage, maybe. If you're playing very aggressively. I can see some reasons why you might want to use pillage. I think we need to deal with this situation here. Looks like we've got a couple of different cultures. We've got these guys, the Todaleria, and we've got the Ogalar. Now we're at war with the Ogalar. We want to defeat those guys. So I think we're actually going to bring. I'm going to bring these guys up here to deal with this. Maybe I'll bring them down here. Yeah, I think we need to use these decisively. Let's think about that in a minute. We have actually got one battle to win here. We should be fine with this. That shouldn't be too difficult. Everyone's getting supply. Let's just open up our sidebars. Excuse me. An incident with a joke gone wrong. Okay, this secretary's starting to annoy me a bit. I don't know why his relationship's so low. Okay, he's got lower loyalty. He likes mind, that's part of the thing. He's actually quite a good leader, look. He's good at covert ops. It might, I mean, if we got the covert ops, sorry, the Secret Service Council and put him as our Secret Service guy, that might be a good idea. The problem is it's expensive to replace the secretary. Let's just ignore this for now. These guys want to... some big drops there, but I think we can afford it for most people. National budget allocation. I think we need to... I feel that now we've got more points. Now we've got more bureaucratic points. I think we should balance these out a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more in the Supreme Command Council. I think we should have... No, leave the Interior Council alone. I don't really care about that one too much. Mind you, it can be useful. I think we just balance things out a little bit more now. We definitely want to be working on research, and I like the idea of putting lots into applied science, because applied science is really important. Okay, budget's been reshuffled. Some people were happy, other people lost out. That's just the way that it goes in battle mode bureaucracy. Motion that for the BP production to reach 871. Okay, we're already at 792. This would probably be one bureaucratic asset. And we've got a deadline of just 6 turns to do this. These guys are going to probably send me demands now until I complete them. As I forget who it was, somebody pointed out, yeah, you keep saying that you're going to stop building buildings, but then you keep having to build, or you keep building buildings. And the thing is, right, this is the big problem here. I'm fully aware that we need to get our... We need to, you know, stabilize worker numbers. The problem is I'm taking a lot of workers from... Sorry, I'm taking people from the workers because they're recruiting them for the military, okay? So that's part of the issue. A lot of our troops are going over to the military. The other problem is that we need quality of life buildings, man. Like, I can't... Like, when you've got worker happiness this low, that's basically because of quality of life stuff, and we're falling. So I've got to do something about that, and quick. Part of what we can do is to incorporate this zone, but I daren't do that until we've raised the overall civilization score here. Okay, so that's why I say, yeah, I need, you know, really we need to lay back on building stuff, but I need to, but it doesn't mean that I can. Okay, so let's go back to the decisions. I'm going to go for this, and I think I'm going to try to build a bureaucratic office here in Neris. That's going to help us. Wow, that's already got bureaucratic office 2, actually. In that case, we're probably better off building the next one up. Okay, it's going to be 4 in... maybe we do build the bureaucratic office 3 here. Now, what is it going to cost us? We're going to need 3 rounds of 200 metal, 100 IP, industrial points. The production costs are high, though. So it's a lot of workers. But we need to do it, I think. More bureaucracy is going to help. I had a short fling with 150 recruits per turn. I'm actually going to drop that right down now because I've decided that I need workers more than I need soldiers. I think we're just going to get 500 per turn, and we're going to fall back a little bit from these battles. I think this one particularly we can probably just defend for a while. I think that's going to be the way to go about it. Yeah, because those guys attacked us and they didn't do too good. They didn't do too well in attacking us. They were really experienced troops as well. Wow, look at those guys. Those are wrecked, aren't they? They're pretty much completely destroyed. Yeah, we've got no logistics. I was having some interesting discussions with people about logistics here. Looks like our... Okay, so... sorry, I forget the name of who it was I was talking to, but... aside from my general grumbling about how Pull's not doing what I think he should be doing, I think this person came up with a really... You know, they basically said that you want to be separating the truck stations out for a job, basically. So your main truck stations want to be pushing out from the centre and doing your main work here, and the other, you want truck stations that are basically for supplying these resource buildings as well. That makes sense. So what we want to be doing is we want to be sending our main I think what he said was sending most of our logistics points using traffic lights out this way, which is kind of what I'm doing. Yeah, because really, I see, this is where I get confused. That should be doing this now. There's no I don't understand why. So this should not be sending any more than what is being requested by Pull. I don't know why Pull is now requesting 200 to go down this way, because I don't see anything down here that should be doing that. It kind of doesn't make any sense, basically. So I don't know. Like, as far as I'm understanding, There shouldn't be any excess points coming down here. But I think it's just because there's some gap in my understanding of how the system works. Anyway, I'm going to bore you all with more discussion on that because you've heard enough of it, I think, for one series. But I think whether I understand it or not, the advice to set up truck stations that are away from our main line, basically, is a good one. For example, what we could do here is we probably want to be setting off, blocking off like 90% of my... I think this is kind of the advice, and then we're going to be sending more back down this way. Look, now we're going to be this truck station here, or this hex. We are going to be getting a big refocusing penalty for anything coming from that hex 2530, which is our capital, right? We're going to be losing 800. That's just the way that it goes, okay? However, we are sending out way more than that this way. So this is, I think I worked it out that you are kind of losing with a level 3 truck station, I think it was. With a level 3 truck station, I think you're pretty much losing just enough that this is basically making up for it. At that point then, you're kind of like, okay, why am I bothering with this? The reason is because you want to be sending, you can divert this in different directions. The other problem, you do get the refocusing penalty, and you get the branching penalty as well. But I'm going to play with this over the next few turns to kind of figure this out. By the way, I've been playing this game for at least 1,000 hours. It might be getting on 2,000 hours. I don't know, because I've been playing mostly on Matrix, and I still enjoy and find it slightly frustrating working with this logistics system. Even the developer said, "Why don't you try the mid-core logistics?" I'm like, "'Cause I don't want to. I like this one. I just want it to work how I expect it to work." It is great though. It's like it's such an engaging system. But I'm just not very good with it. It's definitely my weakest part of the game. Okay, so with that in mind, yeah, we're still going to be pushing 1,000 out that turn. Let's stop orbit 95% going out that way, except pull. Okay, that's going to be less. Look, so less is going to be going up that way. How many did we use? Okay, we had 1,700 and we were using 700 here. Okay, this is going to be a little bit light for what we need. Let's take it down to 800. Now we you'll see where we've got the bottleneck. It is here and here basically, and we are only. I mean, look, I think we were going to end up getting bottlenecks up this way now. Put simply, our logistical system is inefficient. So let's see what we can do about it. I think this is good. This is going to be a good episode as any to kind of go through this quick. We've got a truck station 3 here in the city. Let's change this so we're only looking at whatever zone is, whatever assets are in the hex. Okay, this is the whole zone. This is just the hex. So we want to be looking at just this one truck station. We're going to be pushing out 480 truck points. They've got more action points as well. That's quite a lot of fuel it's going to be using, but we basically don't want to be sending too much out in the other directions. Yeah, this should be, like, as far as I understand it, this means that everything except pull is going to be blocked. But we know that doesn't quite work like that because we're getting excess points. So pull it's not accurate. It's not an accurate system. You got to guess a little bit with it, I think. Anyway, we did get some excess here. Now we could increase the size of truck station 2 here, or we could increase the size of truck station 3 here. The problem is we also need to get the I think we're probably going to go with the bureaucrat offices.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's get the bureaucrat offices up there, which means maybe we upgrade truck station 2 here. And then we start playing with this one a little bit to try and get, like, these guys, like, this should be stopping most of the logistics. This should be stopping 80% of all the pull points. The other thing we can do, by the way, is this is something that Vic told me, the developer, is that you can use the custom pull points as well. So, for example, we could set it here and just say, I want more. I want, like, I want 2,000 pull points coming this way, and this is over room mode, so we want 2,000 maximum, or we could have 2,000 extra, and that will make sure that pull is assigning more points going this way. That might work as well, but just be careful. Be careful doing this, because I ain't done this much. Okay, I haven't really used it a whole lot, so I haven't used it much, and I have used it occasionally. For example, I've used it in times when, for example, let's say that I've got it looks like I've got plenty of points, but the pull system for some reason is just not allocating it where it should. Then you can use custom pull points and it will do it. So yeah, very, very confusing system. All right, let's look at the rest of the decisions quick. Military Research Council task priorities. I think we're going to keep that on. It's quite a few to discover, look. Advanced sensors is a very, very nice one. Very, very good, effective one. What does that do? So that basically means that you've got better recon on all of your troops. We've got mines as well. This is a new one. And there's also... mines basically gives you, plus 75% attack points on your first counterattack on land theatres. Individuals, which basically means somebody's attacking your infantry. They're going to go through a minefield on the first round, I think. Oh no, it's just for the first counterattack. Okay, so when we get to attack back, we basically get more attack points. That's simulating running through a minefield. We've also got cluster bombs. Cluster bombs basically does a lot more soft damage, a soft attack. We've got ammo compaction. Is that a linear research tech? Compacted makes it possible to fire to the same effect with less ammo. Okay, we probably wanted to get this as well. Let's increase discovery a little bit, just a bit. Okay, and what do we want to get next? We've got quad machine gun, charge Gauss, small arms. Out of those, I think I'd probably go with the charge Gauss, small arms. We're going to get better Gauss rifles.
Roger that.
Okay, training opportunity in the 5th Independent Light Tank Battalion. This is another problem, look, because I really wanted to keep democracy and government high. I think if we go with enforcement, that is going to suppress, it'll at least suppress commerce, which will, less suppress government there. I don't want to go higher in meritocracy now, I think. We're currently high. Yeah, I really want conflict resolution for that quality of life bonus. That is crucial for me. So let's go with the veteran sergeant and the enforcement boost that is going to give me. Okay. We want to lose less troops now. Now we didn't take a whole lot of damage last turn, to be honest. I need to get this anti-tank gun in a position where we're likely to get attacked by tanks. I do want to start pushing these guys back with these tanks that I brought in. Oh, look at that, we got some artillery. Let's go and attack into these artillery. Now, artillery can, if they're big guns, they can kill your tanks.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, we just pushed them back there. Oh, we pushed them off their farm. They're going to be getting real big danger penalties, by the way. Assuming that the AI gets danger penalties. I forget if it does now or not. Okay, we're on defense here. I'm going to switch these guys. Let's bring these tanks around. I don't want to tank with those tanks. Okay, we don't have a lot of troops here for this kind of maneuver, but I'm going to try anyway. It's going to be less action points to move those guys around there. Let's bring these in. Now, we could also take their other agridome here, and that would be, they would start to starve. Now, I don't really want to starve them out because I don't want to lose a lot of population. Really, if I can help it. Let's go and sit on that mine there. I think I might take these off the defensive postures now so that we can start doing some killing. Because killing is fun. And it's, easy for me to say that, being the general. Let's get these guys on infiltrate. Okay, the 2nd Light Infantry are on infiltrate. We're going to do some attack. Got 86 recon points. Let's attack him with the Light Infantry first.
Do it now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's have a look at these guys. Okay, they got really high morale. They're not. Their readiness is down. but we've got tanks. And yeah, it's going to be difficult, I think. Let's see what we can do.
Advancing.
Oh, they took out some tanks already.
Easy.
Okay, excellent job. Now, every victory that we have is you've got to take into account your casualties. Okay, bear in mind, I am aware that it was only 5 minutes ago that I was saying that I need to be really careful not to lose too many troops, and I am aware that I say one thing and then do something else sometimes. I think in this case, though, that was worth defeating the enemy. We are very close to Bondhausen. I think it's time to push in on this and see what we can do here. This is a battle group. It's saying, like, this guy looks like he's the SHQ is loyalty is very, very low. Let's get these guys off their posture, and then they're going to be able to help a little bit. I should have done that originally, to be honest, but
Do it now.
okay, I think we got them to
All
retreat.
clear, sir.
We did take a casualty going in. Okay. So here's a little trick in Shadow Empire that you might want to take on. Always be patient. You don't need to be in a big rush. And this is hilarious coming from me, because sometimes I'm just like, charge. But you don't need to be in a big rush. Sometimes, time is of the essence. And obviously in war, the Shadow Empire models war in an incredible way, by the way. There's so many variables that are kind of realistic that you really do need to sometimes just take the opportunity to seize the moment. But in generally speaking, wait for your things like your morale and your readiness to go up. Cycle units back so they have time to repair, regenerate, resupply, that kind of thing. And don't be too hasty. Don't be like me. Don't be too hasty, and you'll find that you'll have better results. Okay, I'm going to move these guys back here, and I'm going to move these. I'm going to move these up just in anticipation of these coming down. These demon units. I think these are the demon. Yeah, Tozaneria. They've been very quiet all game, and I think they're starting to wake up a little bit. Let's see what we can do over here in the northeast. If you don't mind micromanaging stuff, right? I quite like a little bit of micro when it comes to my games, providing that it's meaningful, which is kind of antithetical, really, to what micromanagement really means, at least in my mind. But what is Ben talking about? Okay, what I'm talking about is I want to figure out which of these units is going to be the best for me to get the field testing points. I think it's going to be the Angels too. So I'm going to attack in with these guys here, because I don't want to take some hits as I go in if I can. Because you get more field testing points if you take hits. Okay, we didn't take any hits there, but never mind. Okay, these guys I don't think are going to push in too hard on me. Now, bearing in mind we do have this nasty little thing called radiation to deal with, and we're up to 281 radiation here. This is radiation hazard level 3. You'll see that you're going to get you're going to start getting morale penalties when it's that low. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to be getting any supply there, so let's just start building some roads out. Okay. Sorry, folks, just had a bit of a distraction. Okay, where was I? I think I was dealing with this issue down here. Now, we actually got some. We've got some radiation, some light radiation down in this direction as well. There is a few settlements down here, but only very small. There's a refugee camp. That is useful though. I'd like to grab that. It's kind of a long way away. There is ruins down there as well, and ruins are always worth getting. Okay. What do I want to do here? I think we probably just keep moving down this way. But we're a little bit far to be able to set up any zones, and I think getting colonists to set up a new zone is kind of out of the question, at least at the moment in this game. Let's kill the nomads and deal with them. Maybe we bring these. I don't know. I kind of want to bring these up to help deal with this issue here. Although we do have a reasonable force. Those bikes are pretty good, and we're going to get some buggies as well. See what we can do. Okay, we have got some more coming down this way. Okay, these guys are quite good at scouting as well because the APCs. You'll see they've got a recon of 5, which isn't quite as good as the buggies or the... I think the buggies are 8, if I remember right. And these guys are... Okay, no, these are 7. I think the buggies must be 5 as well. No, they're 7 as well. That's interesting. Have the motorbikes been nerfed? I think they have. These originally were the best scouts. It looks like they've had a nerf, unless there's some other mechanic in there. I'm pretty sure they were 10 before, 15 even. It might be that Vix just kind of gradually nerfed everything just to make it so that recon is a bit more meaningful than it used to be. I would not be surprised if that was the case. Okay, let's hope we get our logistics sorted here. I think maybe what we do is we build a truck station. Where would we build it though? I'm thinking, I like the idea of having a truck station that is just literally just feeding your, we cut off all logistics basically everywhere going this way. And we have just one, a separate truck system basically. We could, for example, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4. We could put a truck station here that is just feeding, that's just, supplying all of these guys. Or we have it out like, I don't know, like there or something. And then we don't connect, we make sure that this truck station is completely blocked off to everything, including pull. Okay, I think that's what I'm sorry, my friend, I've forgotten what your name is, but that's what this person was saying. So that's one possibility. That the other thing is we just keep increasing the size of the truck station. The problem is that you're going to be using more workers doing that, so that's kind of a bit of a problem. Moving up to truck station 3 wouldn't be a bad idea. We also need the high command, and I think it's about time to get that. It takes 4 rounds, but it's not difficult to do. We also need more quality of life stuff. Maybe we get a university next.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we do that. I think we can probably put the university... Yeah, I'll go for the university next. We need to raise our civilization score. Made a big mistake going up to Minor City before I was ready for it. Anyway, good to go. God, wow, that was a half an hour for a turn. Let's just see how our logistics hold up in the next turn, and I'll decide whether I need to upgrade this truck station to level 3. Okay, we killed 600 infantry and 10 tanks, and we lost 1,200 infantry and 10 tanks. So that was a bad round for us in terms of casualties. We've developed our first medium tank, the main tank. It's got side skirts on, look. We've also got a bunch of cards. Okay, let's see what happened in the history. Okay, we were attacked here, look, in around Brownbund. From Brownbund. And we lost 300 troops, but we actually stood firm. Now, they attacked us with tanks there, and our line troops stood. So that was good. Our troops are good now. Again, we got attacked by a whole bunch of stuff, including tanks. And we lost a couple of 100 troops, and we pushed back. These guys actually pushed us back off from around their city. At the same time, we were attacked in the north. Got attacked by a whole bunch of tanks and with some infantry support. And we were hit with we lost some line troops 5, some ARPGs and some angels. Yeah, we're going to fall back into the desert here, I think. Yeah, and then we got attacked with some tank killers, and they hit some of our blitzers. I did wonder if that was going to happen. I didn't actually think that... Oh, look at this. These guys are really coming in quite close. And here in the northeast, these nomads are playing shenanigans with us. Okay, and these bipeds are suiciding themselves on our superior troops. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. I think first we're just going to look at the decisions. Model Design Council task priorities. What models have we got to discover here? Manpad. Okay, that would be useful because we are starting to get air attacks. The assault gun is now available, and so is the heavy tank. Heavy tank is not going to come into play for a while. I think I'm going to leave it on 33% here.
Affirmative.
So the Foreign Affairs Council task priorities. Yeah, I'm going to leave this as it is.
Understood.
And the Model Design Council. Oh, by the way, sorry, Leo Panther. I meant to do this, and my brain's just kicked into gear because I did look at this before the game started. We can use. This is the reason why I dropped the amount of troops that we're pulling in, is because we've got this card here. Where are we? Bum, bum, bum. Volunteer drive. We've got 2 volunteer drive cards, and we want to play this in Minos. It's 70 difficulty. It's going to be using the leadership of Beta Voltaway, our interior council. So you'll see that it's if we fail it, we will only be about half effective. But let's just look at the stratagem and see what it does. Okay, so we increase recruits with 2d4 the percentage of the populace. So let's try that. We need to send out some press gangs.
Acknowledged.
Successful. So we managed to increase recruits by 3,500 from the population and 2,600 from workers. Now that's going to reduce out the amount of workers that we've got. Okay, that's pretty rough, right? We're down in the populace level. However, we did get a lot of troops, so we are going to need those to replenish the troops that we've got. Now, yeah, we are sending we did actually send some replacements out this turn. It looks like our bottleneck is fixed now, and that is because I believe that we're finally starting to get Truck Station 3 here pushing stuff through. So I think our bottleneck issues are over for the time being. I'm still tempted to get a rail station up when we can afford it. What are we getting here? So we're going for the University one next. I'm desperate for quality of life, and we also need to get these bureaucratic officers up fairly quickly. Model Design Council task priority. Let's have a look at what our tank was, by the way. This new tank model. So we've got our first armor model up. It's a main tank. This is what the model is called. 105mm high velocity gun, 100mm steel plating, and a double diesel engine. Great structural design. Look, 111. That's good. It's not great, but it's good. And base design wasn't great, but we got good engine, or, average engine, good weapon, slightly better, lower than average armor. I'm happy with this guy. This is going to crack some skulls. In hard attack, look, it's 836. So there you go. It's actually better in attack than it is in defense. Very, very curious. And it's not, soft attack, it's pretty abysmal. So it's not going to be used for that. But we could get some of those guys out and go tank killing now. And they would do fairly well if supported. Now, I think what we probably want to do here is bring these tanks back into a position where, tanks don't defend very well in. They defend better than they attack in this kind of terrain. Yeah, I'm going to move these guys back here, I think. Let's just go back to the model design anyway. So we've seen what we've got with regards to that model. The new tank. We can get a flat gun. We've also got the rocket launcher. I'm not worried about rocket launchers yet. They use insane. Even before these ammo things, they used insane amounts of ammo. Look, we used 3,500 ammo that turn. We don't have enough ammo to even remotely think about rocket launchers or really aircraft yet. I don't think. We need more ammunition. Let's just have a look. We got the APC. I think we just made a new one, didn't we? Yeah, we got the Ironside 3 there. Gauss machine gun, 50mm steel plating, and a heavy diesel engine. Now the infantry are going to be expensive, look, to improve, and I don't think we've even got anything new to improve them with. I'll just go back to the blueprint screen. Look, and we can just do this a little bit more in a sensible way. So let's just go to a new blueprint for the infantry. Yeah, we're still on Gauss rifle and combat armor. Maybe we go with a light aircraft. And maybe a fighter bomber. So it's basically a fighter that you can use in ground attacks. This would be like an all-round thing that we can use. I've only got the propeller engine though, that's the problem. The problem is with the propeller engine as well, it's kind of bad. I think here, if we're going to even consider using aircraft, no, we can use aircraft now, guys. Now, because look, we've got actually the resources to use them. That would help, I think. By the way, look, this was good advice that I got. I forget the chap's name or the person's name, but this was a good idea. This one of the advice that he gave me was to pinch off this stuff to the left and this direction, and send it this way. It said, look, we got loads of research, we got loads and loads of this logistics now. So I don't think for a while we're gonna have to worry about logistics too much. Speaking of which, we probably want to replenish some of our troops. Yeah, I think we need to do that before we think of another brigade. I was like, oh, do I need another brigade? But I think we should probably do this first. Let's get some ARPG 3s up as well. So we're going to replenish, some of our ARPGs. Trimmer guns are expensive, but I want to replace them because we're going to need them. Okay, and we got some light armor. Now, we need one blitzer. I'm not sure what the other ones were that were damaged. Have a look. Yeah, it's one. These are blitzers. Yeah, no other tanks up here. It's down this way. These are we've got blitzers and lion hunters. Yeah, we want to swap these out for the lion hunter 2. Although I don't think the lion hunter 2 were much better, were they? If I remember right. I still think we're going to be able to push these guys back. Okay, we've got the Burr 2. This is a light tank. 278. Yeah, we're not really good enough to be able to kill those things. Yeah, let's movement points moving this way. Let's try and kill these. Let's try and move into these. Let's see if we can kill these artillery guns. Okay, we managed to overrun those, look. Oh no, they retreated. We didn't overrun them, but that was still impressive. Okay, we've got some blitzers here. Let's just attack them with the tank so we can get some recon points. Oh, we lost a tank. Okay, that was a zero gun. Sorry, that was a machine gun that got that kill. Let's try again, and we'll actually send in all of our troops this time. Oh, we lost our commander. Okay, Damien Quintus was killed in action there. Got a bit too close into the battle, it seems. Okay, these guys are on defensive posture. We're on an offensive posture. They are dug in with some fortifications. Let's try this. Let's go for a full frontal attack. Come on, guys, you can do it. Come on. I'm going to push them back. Oh, that was a catastrophic attack. Plenty more meat for the meat grinder. Let's move these guys in. Okay, we're actually going to be able to get some replacement troops now up to this front line. I was going to have to use all our troops up. This is why it was good to play that card. We will suffer, though, because of the less workers. But I think we can get on top of this. Back to the Model Design Council stuff. I started playing the combat and forgetting that we've got stuff to do here. Okay, we've already got the guy with RPG with a bazooka. Yeah, I think, going with the light aircraft like we were thinking. See what we can do with this. So, it was a fighter bomber I wanted. Let's get it with small wings. Now, fighters want smaller wings, generally speaking, than larger ones. Okay, yeah, we just don't have the air tech to do this very effectively by the looks of it at the moment. Okay. You get smaller wings and you can get further. We also need some weapons on it, of course. We need some air-to-ground weapons as well. We probably want a bomb hatch. Okay, this is really, really limited in what it can do. Yeah, we just don't have good enough air tech at the moment to be able to make that work. I don't think. Let's make a rocket launcher. The ammo usage on these things is absolutely mental, though. Maybe we just go with a flat gun instead. Let's go with a really, really basic, cheap flat gun. These also use crazy amounts of ammunition.
Affirmative.
But it's at least we're going to get our model design council doing something that's going to be useful. All right. Let's move these buggies up here. What do we move them down? No, move them up, I think. Oh, we've got some arachnids. They're back. I've not seen those since before the game released onto Steam. They disappeared. I think there was a bug that stopped them appearing. You got old arachnids.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, so that is those guys defeated. Move those guys down here. No, I don't think we want to invade those guys, do we? Yeah, let's just leave those guys alone for the time being. See if we can get round these ones next turn. Okay. These free folk marauders, they're low readiness. Well, they look like they're low readiness, but we don't know. Yeah, these guys, they've got reasonable morale. I think we're gonna kill these guys pretty easily if we just move in. So I don't think I'm even gonna need those. Let's just attack him with these guys.
Do it now.
There we go, look. There we go. Those are retreating.
Mission accomplished.
Lots of kills. Well, enough kills. And then let's move in with our APCs. These are mechanized infantry. Look at that. We killed killed a whole bunch of them just in the first couple of rounds as they closed in. Now these are just cannon fodder basically when you're coming up against advanced technology stuff like we're using here. But it's fun to see. Okay, this is Maternia territory. These are arachnids apparently. There we are. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so again, we are actually doing some more exploration now, which is what we need to do in order to move our way up the victory tree. Goldstone Federation are currently winning. Like, they've got a big victory score. They got most of the populace in the game. Minos Tribe are 4th, so we're not doing too badly. It might look like I'm playing this game in terrible, terrible, inefficient fashion, and you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be completely wrong thinking something like that. Let's move these guys back. Yeah, we can't dig in. The only thing about the desert is you don't dig in too well. These guys will not defend well at all in this desert. Yeah, as I thought. Okay, that's good. Now, we're not attacking into desert there. So we were able to push them back. Let's threaten these around here. If they do come in this way, we'll be able to cut them off. I might just put them there. The reason is they get attacked. I'm not too bothered, but they'll incur an action point penalty trying to attack into this. Alternatively, we could just move. Yeah, I want that square defended though, or that hex defended. That's a supply base, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Alright, this is looking good. Now, we'll have to see what consequences that for my actions that we're going to... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's a bit of a misclick. Because of my recruitment card, playing that recruitment card, but I think we'll be okay. Now, next term we're going to get 500 recruits, but we're going to be taking less out of the population. We just drained our worker in quite a big way. However, we've taken a few more little places, little free folk towns, so we will be pulling in some people, providing that our civilization score stays high. It's going to be an interesting game, balancing all this stuff, I think. Private investment cards are always worth playing. Now, well, they are. I say always. That's probably not the correct term, but as long as you've still got stuff to build. Yeah, these guys have got a lot of private funds, look, but they're not building anything. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, they're not building anything. I guess there's nothing for them to build. Okay, Metal Mine 2 went up this turn on this side. I think we should probably build this one next. And it doesn't take long either. No, it's pretty minimal construction costs for the output that you get. By the way, we are hemorrhaging money in a big way, so we are going to have to sell some stuff. We can sell a bunch of fuel. But you can sell a lot of metal as well.
Aye, aye, sir.
I'm going to sell a bunch of fuel and metal here, just so we can increase our cash. Now we've got a lot of cash. Yeah, we're going to get attacked here again, but we're so close, and I kind of want to push in. Let's see what we can do. I think those guys are going to be... I might just put... Yeah, I'm going to put these guys on a defensive posture, I think. Going to be the third.
Order acknowledged.
I think the defensive posture will save lives. These guys are on infiltration. Yeah, so we don't want to take them off that now. They've got no OHQ. That's not good. Expect casualties next turn, guys. Anyway, wow, this episode was long. I didn't intend it to be this long. I think we're going to have to go with more ammo as well. That's another thing that we've got to increase. See, there's an never-ending stream of things you've got to build in this game. Quality of life, though, is our main thing, I think. I might increase income taxes a little bit. All for the front. This increased your casualty threshold. I didn't know I had that card right. Okay. Persuaded by the need to sacrifice in order to attain victory, our populace received a 40% bonus on its casualty threshold. Let's just have a look what that is going to be now. Okay, now it's gone up to 140, so we're actually lower than the casualty threshold. We might have to play that again. But you know, at least that was there. This is why, don't be like me. You should really look through your stratagem cards. I kind of get distracted with them a little bit, so I tend not to look at them too much. But you probably should do, because there's often something in there that can help you. Honestly, I think the reason why I stopped using stratagems was because they were... Before, the game wasn't so balanced, and some of them were just, like, crazy powerful, and I found like using them every turn made the game a little bit too easy, but I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. Got a whole bunch of these cards as well that I could be using. The issue here now is political points. We do want to get up the... Where are we? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. We want construct. Yeah, we want high command 2 as well.
Yes,
I might just put that on a slow build. Okay guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.